For the evening in Salem, the air was thick with the aroma of rain, and the sky above the Demira home was a bruised purple color. Inside, E.J. Demira paced the study, his tailored suit slightly rumpled, and a rare fracture in his polished veneer distinguishing him from other persons. He hadn't even touched a drop of the crystal decanter that was sitting on the desk, yet it was already almost empty. He could not allow alcohol to numb his intellect because it was too acute and too desperate. Everything that he had worked so hard to establish was in danger of falling apart as a result of the most recent problem at Demira Enterprises, which was a hostile takeover offer sponsored by a clandestine competitor. Worse, the whispers indicated that there was someone inside Salem who harbored a vengeance against the city, rather than just any ally. E.J. required a specific one. He was in need of Paulina Price. The Demiras did not have a friendly relationship with Paulina, who was a formidable businesswoman and mayor. E.J.'s scams had once caused Paulina to lose a prime real estate contract, and it was no secret that she had a direct scorn for the legacy that his family had left behind. Their history was loaded with tension. On the other hand, Paulina possessed connections, influence, and a natural ability to navigate Salem's seedy underbelly. If there was anyone who could assist him in identifying the murderer, it was her. When E.J. finally managed to swallow his pride, he wrote a message to her in which he requested a meeting at her office. As he stood outside the municipal building at this moment, the weight of his decision was pressing down on him. The interior of Paulina's office was a combination of power and elegance, with mahogany furniture, framed photographs of her family, and a view of the town square and the surrounding area. The muted tones that were all around her were in stark contrast to the vivid clothing that she wore as she sat behind her desk. When E.J. walked in, her eyes narrowed, and she regarded him with the same apprehension that a lioness would have for an invader. Paulina leaned back in her chair and said, "E.J. Demira," as she leaned back. "To whom do I owe this? Joy that I did not anticipate. At the time of my last check, you Demiras do not knock unless you are looking for something." Although he made an effort to grin, E.J.'s smile did not reach his eyes. "The pleasure is always yours, Paulina, and certainly I will get right down to business. I require your assistance." Paulina's chuckle was deep and had no remorse attached to it. "Did I assist you? Oh my goodness, this is quite luxurious. Will the mighty E.J. Demira, the master of plans, be making his way to me, a mere mortal? My sweetheart, what is the catch? Simply because there is always a catch when it comes to you." In a tone that was suave yet strained, E.J. continued, "There is no catch." His hands were clasped together as he leaned forward and took a seat without being invited. "A threat has been made against Demira Enterprises. Someone is running a takeover operation from within Salem, and they are taking control of the city. I need your contacts, as well as your eyes and ears in this town, in order to assist me in determining who it is." Paulina arched her brow, her amusement beginning to wane gradually. "Is it a takeover? The Demira family firm appears to be operating as usual. E.J., why should I be concerned? Your family has been robbing this community of its resources for many years. It's possible that it's time to start reaping the fruits of your labor." Although E.J.'s jaw tightened, he managed to maintain his cool. Paulina's forthrightness was to be expected, but it still managed to hurt. "Paulina, this is not just about Demira Enterprises," her mother said. "The destabilization of Salem's economy is a possibility if this takeover is successful. Every single one of your valuable community projects, investments, and even jobs will suffer as a result of this. Are you the mayor? Not paying attention to this is not an option." Paulina's eyes showed a hint of intrigue, but her face remained reserved during the entire conversation. "Are you trying to invoke the concept of civic duty? This is a brand new one, but let's speak the truth, E.J. You are not concerned about the state of the economy in Salem, that your empire is important to you. The question is, why me? Why will you discuss this matter with your brother Chad, or with that shady lawyer sister of yours?" In a tone that was low and almost conspiratorial, E.J. stated, "Because you are the one who possesses the real power for this. You know everyone in this town, even the police officers, the proprietors of businesses, and even the people who work in the shadows. You are not scared to get your hands dirty. In addition to that, someone who is able to dig without being spotted is wanted by me." Paulina looked at him intently while her fingers tapped gently on the desk. Despite the fact that E.J.'s flattery was deliberate, she was not immune to it. On the other hand, trust was a scarce commodity in Salem, particularly when it came to a Demira. The use of a battery is adorable, but it does not erase history. EJ, you put me in a bad position with regard to the waterfront business. I lost millions of dollars, and you walked away without inflicting any damage. I don't see why I should bother helping you at this time." An expression of remorse appeared on EJ's face, and his eyes became more dark. "It was a commercial transaction, Paulina. You are familiar with the way things operate in this town. It is not my intention to reignite old wounds, however. You are the only person who can assist me in putting a stop to this situation before it goes out of control. Choose your own pricing." With a stern tone in her voice, Paulina leaned forward. "What is my price? A simple apology might be a good place to start. One that is authentic, not a demure take on it. In the past, you have cost me more than just money. You have cost me trust and respect. Are you under the impression that you can simply walk in here and buy me off?" There was a slight slumping of EJ's shoulders as he exhaled. The mask of arrogance was lifted for a brief moment, showing a guy who was struggling under strain. "That's fine. Sorry about that, Paulina. Putting you down was a mistake on my part, for both of us. It was a power play that ended up being counterproductive. I deeply regret doing so. Are you hoping to hear something like that?" When Paulina heard the honesty in his tone, she was taken aback and blinked her eyes. Unlike this, EJ Dimura did not apologize for his actions. In order to reevaluate, she leaned back. "Well, I be damned," she said. "It is a Dimura who has apologized. There is no end to wonders." Although it was only slight, her tone became muted. "In that case, EJ, imagine that I am able to assist you. For me, what is the benefit? Please don't refer to me as the good of Salem. I'm not so selfless that way." As soon as EJ became aware of her change, his lips began to twist into a smirk. A favor from a Dimura is not something to be taken lightly. You assist me, and I owe you, always and at any time, anything. In addition to that, I will invest in Dimura's subsequent business endeavor. Legitimate, lucrative, and specifically designed to cater to your interests. There was a glint in Paulina's eyes. In Salem, a favor from Dimura was worth a lot of money, and the business investment might ensure that her legacy be preserved. However, she was not so naive. What happens if I discover that you are playing me, considering that this is yet another one of your games? When EJ answered, "Then you have my permission to bury me." He did it with a tone that was utterly heartbreaking. "The reason I'm here, Paulina, is not to betray you. I am here to make it through." They gazed at each other for a considerable amount of time. Two titans assessing the importance of trust versus risk. The final step was Paulina's nod. "In that case, EJ, I'll pick up the phone and see what I can find out about it. On the other hand, you had best tell me the truth, or I will make sure that you come to regret it." As he stood up, EJ extended his hand. "It's a deal." With a strong grasp, Paulina gave him a shake. "Dimura, please don't make me feel bad about this." The rain started to fall just as EJ was leaving, and it made a gentle patter against the windows. After picking up her phone, Paulina was immediately dialing a contact number. While this was going on, a figure could be seen across town in a dimly lit office, watching a live stream of their meeting, with a smirk playing on their lips. As a result of EJ's pleading for assistance, something had been set in motion, and Salem was about to experience the ripples.